My question is, when you're governor and the economy tanks, and there's civil disobedience, pardon me?
What do you mean when
Well,
it tanks?
when it tanks further, and there's civil disobedience, and you have to enact the National Guard to quell that, will you okay the National Guard to disarm the citizens of Pennsylvania? And if the answer is no, if Obama orders you to do it, what would you do?
Are you a member of the Guard?
Good question.
Have you ever been a member of the Guard? I have. Okay, you have to understand that, and the Guard has really changed with the Guard rating. Changed dramatically. Because they are much more of a federal force than they ever were before. They are activated. They're over in Afghanistan and Iraq. Pennsylvania has probably sent more guardsmen over there than any other state in the Union, and we've lost more guardsmen than any other state, but they're on active duty at that time. When they are activated by the federal government, they are the federal government, and the governor has no control on them. When they are here in Pennsylvania, not on active duty, then they fall under the governor. I certainly understand that. I believe I'm the only guardsman that's ever run for governor, as far as I know. I spent close to 14 years in Pennsylvania. A little bit of time in the Texas Air Guard when I was a local in Texas.
Answer the question.
Your question is a doomsday question. It really is. It's not going to happen. I don't believe it's going to happen at this point in time. I don't believe that there's going to be civil rebellion in the streets. If there is civil rebellion in the streets, we're going to see what the status is at that point in time.
Yes, sir. About 2 weeks ago, I was down below Pittsburgh at a meeting held by an organization called the Firearms Owners Against Crime. At that meeting, your opponent, Tom Corbett, was asked a couple of questions, and I would like you to respond to the same question.
Okay.
He was asked the question, if we were in Pennsylvania to experience some type of emergency, would there be any scenario in which you would be compelled or feel compelled to invoke the Pennsylvania National Guard to confiscate firearms? Also, along with that, could you address your ideas on the database that's been created by the Pennsylvania State Police concerning firearms?
Yes, I will. I'll comment on both of them. No, I do not envision any circumstance where I, as governor, would ever command our Guard or state police or anyone to confiscate arms from Pennsylvania citizens. That's unconstitutional. I don't care whether the president, in a Katrina-type circumstance, were to so move in that fashion and say that it ought to be done. Number one, that would be unconstitutional for the president to do that, but it's also unconstitutional and almost treasonous for a governor to do that in violation of a constitutional right. So absolutely not. Secondly, the database. Yeah, the database, I would move as governor to get rid of it. Because it's not it's not lawful. It's not constitutional necessarily, but it's not even legal. It's not even lawful under statute right now. That database, which, I mean, I fought hard to get rid of that thing for a long time. You know, you buy a firearm right now, they do a background check, it goes into a computer on one side of the aisle in the building, one side of the hallway. They do a check and then they walk the data across and they keep it in a database on the other side. And it technically complies with the law because they're not keeping the database. That's it. And the FBI has obviously gotten involved in that and said it's in violation of the law, and still it remains there. The Attorney General could move against that, and so could the governor, and they ought to.